Crystal Lake Nightmares. We were all there. We all had a
Ooh.
great time. Some are calling it the best convention ever.
When was the last time you had a tetanus shot?
Okay, I just got to say before I open the floor, I got there on Saturday. They moved it to LAX. I believe that's why people did not go. People just don't like
hmm
it. And I go down, and there's like nobody there really. And I just looked at Robert, waiting for some kind of assurance that this was okay. And he goes, "It's a convention." And I'm like, it's all downhill. That's it. That's all I gotta say for that. But let's get into this. What are your thoughts? Come on. There's
I don't. Did you come Friday, Brian? I can't. Did you do
I
Friday and
did.
Saturday? Is that right?
And
Okay,
it
that's.
started out so promising because you're like, they're arriving, the guests are here.
Oh yeah, because I went.
VIP check-in was a breeze. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah, because I did VIP, so you get a half an hour and a
yes, I
half
like that
hour
you did
early,
that.
and so and you get some stuff that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like everything was whatever, and then they're like the VIP line was all lining up to go in, because I just went down a few minutes before. And yeah, I was texting Brian because I'm like, I saw actors going in, and usually it's like the Hollywood show is like you early access to look at empty tables. It's like, well, nobody's here. I was like, well, actually, the actors, I did show up for the VIPs so we could get first access to them because who knows what the lines are going to be like. Um, so, but yeah, all that went very smooth, and except for a non-working escalator.
Oh
To
yeah.
get down to the basement
Weird.
of LAX Hilton. But yeah, so those things, and they had some cute signs, like for, here's the panels or, and stuff like that. So they had some kind of cute setups. And then
Mhm.
I remember I obviously when I went in, I was just like, oh, because I was probably in number 15 to 20 and the VIP line. And there's probably 10 or so people. It was like, all right, nobody's coming until tomorrow. And
Right.
then I can't remember what time you came, Brian, but
I got there about 5:30.
okay.
So I think it was just you and me in the whole place at that point.
And then I can't remember. I don't know if I gave you any more warning or what were your first impressions as you walked in.
Well, when the first tumbleweed went by, I kind of knew what we were in for. I also, maybe I missed a sign. I couldn't find out where we were supposed to go. Like, I thought there'd be some big sign in the lobby, unless I
Yeah.
just totally missed it. Luckily, I heard somebody else asking somebody who was obviously working the convention where to go, and so I finally got to where I needed to be. Um, there was no one in line ahead of me to check in.
Which is
Um,
very convenient.
I followed
I
people
know. I said, "Oh,
smoking with the Friday the 13th stuff from the the valet. And I'm like, okay, there's somebody there. There was like a line, like a smoke break, and that's when I went in and found you guys. But I'm like, there is no advertising where you're going.
yeah, no." Um, So check-in was a breeze, and I took the little pictures of Jason that they had set up. Was like, and which looked promising. And then I walked in, and I heard my echo. I,
What do you mean? When you were speaking, you heard an echo?
I, I just, I, I,
I heard my echo.
I just did not
Je-
expect to see so much carpet.
Jeff?
Um,
Yeah. It was like it looked like something out of The
Mars, are you
Shining.
Sandra?
upstairs?
Carpet everywhere and packed with all of
Um,
these actors and actresses from the franchise. And there was more of them than
you could have
attendees.
gone bowling down those aisles.
It was unreal. I did not expect that at all.
And I said, all right, it's Friday. It's,
Both,
People are
people
locals
are
are working.
stuck in traffic.
yeah.
Yeah, people are stuck in traffic. It's LAX, they'll get here. And, panels for one, two, and three are tonight. Like
Till
that's got to get
midnight.
the audience. Yeah, till midnight. Um, so I was like, oh, this is just, it's a slow burn. And then, I forgot even what is that when we were talking to Lauren Marie Taylor for a little bit?
I don't remember. I kind of mixed it up because I think we stayed down. we did some of our celebrities, and I had to go back to my pictures to remember how what order.
Yeah, Robert
But
was
then we,
talking with the twins when I got there.
yeah, and
Um,
I had not met the twins before, the Friday the 13th, the final chapter twins. So I was excited to meet them, and it is the thing is like the good when these things happen, the good news is that you get a lot of time with them because
yeah.
they have nothing better to do than chat with you. So,
Yeah.
which is it's just fine. But yeah, and in the let's say the twins or whatever, and it was like let's go. Okay, you had some time with them because I think I was doing celebrities, and then when Brian came, we did a little bit, but then the panels were starting that we kind of
Yeah.
wanted to head up to, and so we're like, well, let's go take advantage of that. I can't remember what our first one. I know the first one. Did we sit in the back of the first one?
We got at the very end of part one where I think
Okay,
they were on like the last question. So
yeah.
we snuck in
We
the
always want to
last.
be in the we want to be in the group picture though.
Oh yeah. And we did.
I can't. Somebody has to have the one where is that the one we were in the back? It says guys, everybody
And you're
crowds to the front, and I'm
and
like in the
Robert's
background,
doing
like
this is all you
smirking. Yeah.
got.
So, oh,
When we can get into this later if you want, but the actors, the talent there, were they? Do you know if they get paid a flat fee or were they? Because I was getting the vibe they were like paying their way, and some of them were like Lawrence, Friday the 13th before was very nickel and diming, like, oh, you want another photo? It's an extra $10.
Yeah,
And
I had
I
to take out
felt
a
that
second
vibe.
mortgage.
Like like the Hollywood show, there's a flat fee. It's usually more like whatever. They were like, if you want to say another word, it's $10. Some of
not
them, not everyone. I'm not
not all.
generalizing, but
In
I got a
general,
bad
yeah.
vibe about that.
In general, and Brian might know more from like Melanie and stuff like who, if any of them got upfront dollars or whatever. But for the most, I was actually impressed because most were 40 and most included a photo, which is not the norm anymore.
Yeah.
So for the
Hmm.
majority, they were reasonable, I think. And then every once in a while, there'd be somebody that was like, you know, would kind of like, it's always Matthew usually gets swindled for,
Get screwed.
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
true.
I'm always curious how that works, and just from talking with people, I think some conventions it's like their flights, their hotel, their parking is comp, but I don't know so much about a flat fee. This situation, I don't.
I,
Most of that wasn't happening. Um,
they were supposed to be paying for their own parking and everything
yeah.
as well. So
Um, so yeah, I'm sure the regulars were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"This is amateur hour."
I did I did buy more from Ron. Is it Ron Sloan? Is that his name? Yeah. Uh, I did buy the Hubbards too,
Oh, that's so great.
and it's so great. And it says right here, best goddamn stew in the whole wide world. And
What
then
you got to read it.
it's signed by them. Yeah, and on the back it says, whether you're a pervert screwing your brains out on her property, cleaning the shit out of her chicken coop, or just a big dildo, you're gonna want to shut the fuck up and eat her fucking stew. You know you can't pass it up, you fucking wad. This is one of my this is I just had to have it.
Of course,
And then yeah, so it is signed, uh by them kind of
that's
as well.
awesome.
So and this got me stopped in TSA. Because they're like, "Do you have something protein?" And I was like, "I don't know what." And then they pull out this can of
Oh
stew.
my
It's like,
gosh.
"Is this stew?" And I'm like, "I guess." Like, I was like, yeah. So yeah, so I did get stopped for Ma Hubbard's fucking
Hilarious.
slop. Yeah. So
10-4, we need initial backup here at Sector 4. We have
yeah,
Ma Hubbard
so
stew.
Empire's like, "Oh my God, am I not allowed to take cans in the plane?" I don't know, but anyway, so. But here is the VIP coffin.
Ooh,
Ooh.
So it is etched
Is that
in.
made of cardboard?
It's made of wood and
Oh,
it is etched in,
that is
you
pretty
know.
oh.
nice.
So they did a decent job for it, and it is, if you want to bury somebody, you could.
Ooh.
Ooh,
So it is
and you
decent
put a nice pen in there.
quality of something, like, um, so there's,
Could your Mrs. Voorhees doll fit in there?
I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know. You know what? I could fit in here. Let me just put her in for you.
oh, I know what this
She's
is.
too small for it though, but
Jim?
Oh,
Oh,
it's Jessica Fletcher.
Murder She Wrote. Oh, it's so great.
Oh,
I had a feeling it would be that.
it'd be Jessica Fletcher. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's perfect. Now,
um,
the VIP stuff that was included, they were also selling if you just wanted to buy one, and I think that was like 250,
yeah,
and
it
then
not
the
all.
was. Yeah,
smaller one was 100, and then they had like $5 ones, and I'm like, that's quite the price jump. I mean, they
yeah.
were
I
little
think.
like cheapies,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah.
interesting. They're like 250, 100, $5. It's like,
Yeah. I didn't know that came with it.
it's pretty
And
nice.
it came with like a backpack and a tumbler and a t-shirt and some posters and some stuff like that. So, which I promptly just put away as soon as I. So like, great.
Great, great.
Just what I need, more pins.
More
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so Friday night, when at one point, the wasn't the last panel supposed to be at 11 p.m. at something like, and they
I
changed
that's
it.
quite the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, part three was at 10, and there were more people in the
Oh,
audience, or there were more people on stage than in the audience,
oh yeah, because I think
which
I turned around once and I said turn around because like there were more people on stage than the audience, and then I felt bad because like they're like thank you all for being here, and it's
and it was
like
like just me and Robert
yeah,
clapping,
like
Oh, you were being good
which
sports
was
though.
sad. It was
Yeah,
because that could, I mean,
it
like
is.
it was interesting, panel discussion, but also I didn't realize that Mrs. Voorhees was also the second AD on the movie, and I thought they
part
could have
three.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, jumps out of the lake and grabs Chris. Um,
I did chat.
recommend that.
She was because I had to tool around on Sunday until my flight left. So I did end up talking to her and meeting her,
Oh,
and it was great. She had her jacket that I think I put on Facebook, her crew jacket, which it looks fantastic. It's in fantastic condition. Like she said, it's not. She's not had it, and she has a letter from Frank Mancuso Jr. and some stuff like that. And so, and she
she didn't
was
have the script, did she?
she didn't. No, I didn't even think about asking her about that. So.
Interesting.
But yeah, so she was lovely to talk to.
I thought there was a missed opportunity there to get some stories out of her from
Yeah.
the crew side, but because they ended it, I think at like 10:30. I guess they saw some people yawning. Um,
Did you
It-
guys think because we mentioned the location and you guys know LA, you live here and we're here and LAX is a deal breaker for many things to have to go there. Do you think that
oh
was
yeah,
the big thing that people didn't show up or was it advertising or I mean the advertising was shit. I'll just say that. You did not see this anywhere.
well,
yeah. It was a mixture for sure. I would say.
they were missing. They could have had triple the guests of people that have done other conventions. Friday 13th for people. Like, there's no if this is going to be a true Friday 13th, there's no reason Adrian and they probably could have gotten Dana Kimmy. There's no reason they could have gotten more
Yeah.
solid people kind of lined up, and then also train it, with out of focus camper, it's fine. We can fill those in, but there's no reason we should have had all five final girls there,
Yeah,
Yeah, good
for
call.
this particular thing, and especially, I mean, from part one, there was hardly
wait, what
anybody.
is
What was
Mark
out of
Nelson
focus
doing? Like
camper?
Mark Nelson couldn't get out on a plane. Come
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
on.
Paul Kratka was there for God's
Yeah, he
sakes.
came from where does he
Yeah,
live now? Like somewhere
uh,
in some
yeah, he
island
said,
somewhere.
yeah, he was on my shuttle up to the airport. So I chatted with him, and I think I told you I wasn't going to, but then we got off the shuttle together, and I said I wasn't going to say this, but I can't believe you spent the weekend with us instead of the Mary Jo Conrad. But then we chatted for a while because he was actually going to rent a car because he was going to stay in California before he went back home. So we chatted for a while.
Well, I saw he was on another. He was attending, I think, another convention this a
Yeah,
week or so after. I guess he
but
made the most of his trip.
yeah, yeah. While you make that long track, yeah, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so it was like, and I guess I'll stay with Friday night. The panels were good. I'm glad, because like you never know what kind of little stories you might hear that
Yeah,
you're not hear before, or um, kind of what have you. But
I
yeah.
don't know
So
the hypothermia.
was part two
A
that
lot of
night? Was that?
part two was that
Hypothermia.
that was Kirsten Baker's shining moment when asked, "How were you killed by Jason?" So that
or what
I was
happened? What happened
probably
to you?
yeah, I was probably molested by
Ooh,
him.
just silence.
Why? Let me ask you this: the Friday the 13th Part 4, final chapter of the
Yeah.
panel. I wasn't aware of this, but Jody Aronson,
Judy.
Hmm.
Judy Aronson, um, shamelessly asking if we wanted to get photos of her later for $80, and if we had to get a head count.
Another hiccup there. The
Yeah,
promotion I mean that would have sold out. That would have brought people to the convention.
is that commonplace for uh, what you said, Brian? Shouldn't that have been like included in uh opportunities that they could have asked people? I mean, you didn't know
Yeah.
about any of this. It was
No.
just so
No.
bizarre. Like whoever marketed this, I'm sorry to say, didn't do a very good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
No.
And
No.
and the hypothermia story, apparently that's a very common thing. I wasn't aware.
Well, that was new to us that somehow they to dry her off quickly, that they brought in a jet engine to dry her off within 30 seconds so she could go do the scene again. And that's the
Yes,
first
they
that
put her in front of a Boeing 747 jet.
any of us have heard about that
Well,
particular.
and like if they did that for Kirsten, they should have brought that out here for Judy.
Yeah, yeah, why? Yeah, why? Yeah, why? The
Keep it
budget should
in
have
the
gone up.
put in
Yeah.
the Paramount vault and just hike it up to Franklin Canyon.
And I could see if they were on the same panel, it's like I didn't get a jet
I,
engine. But like
yeah,
how
because she
come
was like,
you
I didn't go to Paramount to audition. She'd be like, yeah, I didn't get a jet engine to
yeah. So
dry off.
That was
I
awkward.
and then she doubled down on it too. It came up later. I was like, I would have to say, say the jet engine. It was like we know none of this happened. And then she bought a crew member a beer and they drove the truck into the lake.
Oh yeah,
Wait, what? I didn't miss
Well,
that.
to thank the guy for doing something.
yeah.
And I think she was alluding that he didn't speak English or he was an ex-con or something like that. And then she wanted to thank him somehow, and she asked what his favorite beer was or something like that, and she got that, and she said it was a big beer. And then she probably shouldn't have done that because then later he drove a truck into the lake. Now,
Wow.
I think Brian and I have heard enough stories. We would know if a crew member drove a truck into the
Yeah,
lake.
So it was a
yeah.
blatant lie.
I'm not saying that, but don't believe a word that comes out
Yeah.
of her mouth.
Have you
The
have
men,
you gentlemen met her several times in the past?
I've never
I
gone
have.
to her table.
I have.
I've been to, I feel like I've been to a convention where she was there, but I just kind of did my walk by. I never actually like talked to her because I don't believe I have her autograph. So that was kind of my first experience hearing her really talk at a panel or anything. So
Just don't let
it
her
was,
give you a beer because you might end up
no,
driving
I
a.
don't.
Because a beer will
Uh,
do that. They'll make you drive right into a lake.
And I can't remember. Did she wear a Mickey Mouse shirt?
Not
She
that she
usually
usually
does that,
does.
right?
I don't think she did this convention. Usually, because
Hmm.
she wears a Mickey Mouse kind of crop top in the movie, and then she
And I
wears a
was
version of that.
curious.
So I think she might have the last day. I think I might have seen her with that. But
Oh,
and I remember I went to Horror Hound that had more Friday the 13th Part 2 people at that convention than this convention actually had. So I don't know what that means. Yeah, where was Marta? Come on.
yeah,
Poor girl.
Marta.
Now the story with the I'm not ragging on Judy Aronson, but the story with the Paramount, her asking, and was that genuine, like upset? She was upset about that, or was she just kind of rambling? I mean, she was kind of all over the place, and then she's like texting, "Oh, the guy's on his way," and she was kind of a mess. No offense. Like, is that what you expect from her? Is that a thing?
This is the most where she kind of, I would say, backtracked on the level of ire that she had with the whole scene.
Yeah, and she was
Okay.
clearing the air with Joe Zito. She was like, I want to set the record straight that, I don't, because like, over time, people have kind of assumed that we didn't get along very well. And
But But I'm pretty
She,
sure they say that exact same thing in the
yeah,
documentary. Like we hated each other. And
Well,
I was
she
like,
began
well,
her spiel with,
yeah,
"I don't know about you, but I didn't want to be in this." I'm like, "Yes, you did. It
yeah.
was the
oh yeah,
major franchise."
she was hiding it from her
No,
USC
no,
classmates.
you're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
hiding that movie. I'm sorry.
Um,
You should be so lucky.
and then I think that was the first that she also had to leave the skinny dipping scene because she was too cold. And I was like, oh, all right, like that.
Wait, you were cold?
That's just,
Now the other guy in that scene, they asked a fan asked about him. Hey, what was his name? Hayes. Whatever his name was,
Oh,
the other guy in
Hayes.
that scene, and she was very
Yeah,
adamant, like, "Oh, that he didn't film that night. I was the only one filming that night." Um, I watched the film, and it's right there. I mean, I know there was probably another night, but like,
he
why was she
finds her
so upset about
body
that?
because it's all about her. Damn it.
Apparently, yeah, she was very like, "Oh, it's my turn." No, that guy was in the cold water too. I mean, he's not here, but and she was very adamant, like
Maybe he didn't
shutting that
survive.
down.
Maybe.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
very
she
weird.
was.
I did. I forget you reminded me when I did talk to the twins because I said if you want to put your favorite quote, and then they were like something. She goes, no, I said that. She goes, you did? I'm like, they don't even know their own lines.
They did it.
I was giving them a hard time about that, but they were they took it all in good fun. So, but,
Yeah.
um,
I had a great time for what it was. I really did. I mean, I
here's
got
it. In the end, I did enjoy, and it did give me so. And actually, one of the better panels was probably Jason Takes Manhattan because there was a ton of people there, and they were they're having a good time. And is it Jensen Daggett that plays Rennie? Like she
Yeah.
goes,
she was
she said something.
lovely.
She goes because people. It's always interesting because a lot of them had never seen the other Friday the 13th or whatever, and they're like, well, did they do this or whatever in the other ones? And how does she Jensen say it? She goes, well, part eight is special,
Well,
which was yeah.
she said to a fan, somebody said, "Why? Oh, it's my favorite one." And she said, "Why?"
Well, yeah,
I bought this hat from her. I just want to share this
it is a
Final
nice
Girl hat.
hat. So
It's like a
Oh,
Barbie
cool.
font. It's very cool.
Yeah, very
She was my
cool.
favorite guest there that I met, aside from Melanie Kidman, our girl, the
yeah,
first person, favorite one that I was introduced to. I thought she was great. She had a good sense of humor, and she's like, just what Robert said. It's special.
yeah.
Like,
I just love the way she said that. So yeah. So the part April, and then okay, yeah. So Sunday, director Rob Hedden was there.
that's pretty cool.
And he was I think actually Barbara Bingham, the teacher, and she was great too. I had a good time on that part eight aisle actually because I was talking to Jensen and Saffron, the guitarist, and apparently as I was talking, they realized they both dated the same guy, and they started talking about different dates, and they're like, wait a second, like there's a crossover, and Barbara comes up behind me, and I think I said, and I was like, and Barbara dated him too during that time. But so they were good, and then director Rob Hedden, and so he actually had a little bit of line because he was only there one day, and he's just never done any of these things before, and so and it was nice because I got a nice shot of he and Jensen had I got a picture of them hugging. They had not seen each other since they filmed, I don't think.
Oh, wow.
And then
That's pretty cool.
and Kane Hodder came and they were kind of whatever, and so by the time I got to meet him and to take a picture. Kane was still hanging around because nobody was at his table. But yeah, so it was kind of fun because obviously I'm not a super fan, but Kane photobombed our on purpose
That's
our
pretty
photo,
cool.
and then Rob brought him in to get a picture with all of us and stuff like that. So that was nice. And so
It is.
he,
You made
I
something
did,
nice happen.
yeah, I did appreciate him and probably they were excited to be there and meet fans and stuff like that. So I just not obviously I know I rag quite a bit on Jason Takes Manhattan, but they they were having a good time. And I was glad they were there. So
That is cool.
That's
That's
nice.
great. You did get I mean, to the listeners, check out Robert's Instagram at set_jetter and you got like some of the best photos I've ever seen. You nailed it, and you made like things happen, and it was pretty cool. You were like
and Kim
one of the cast.
and my favorite final girl was there.
Yes, I was so glad to meet her.
Yeah, she
Uh,
looked great too. She doesn't age.
so we're
Yeah.
talking about Kimberly Beck. Nothing against the other final girls, but she was my
Hmm.
Of
first
course.
final girl on the big screen, and so
There you go.
and I'd met her as probably I was almost 10 years to the day I think because I had met her at the Back to the Future at the Hollywood Bowl, So,
Oh, right, 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 right.
and so I was like, don't be a fangirl like you were last time. I was trying to remain calm, but she recognized me. And before I even said anything, that she remembered that we met at the Hollywood Bowl and stuff like that. So I was excited to chat with her. So,
Nice.
and
I
then
I totally forgot she was in an episode of the Brady Bunch. I was
she
so
actually had Brady
embarrassed.
Bunch photos.
I know that too. I was like, oh my God. But
Oh, right.
the that fifth season, I don't really
Yeah.
go back and
And
rewatch
I
so much.
think after Brian, you got a photo, and think I was still then I was chatting with her again, and because she did lose her house in the fires,
Mm,
and I think she actually lived on the Freaky Friday street because
Oh
she
wow.
said her friend was
wow.
saying they're shooting Freaky Friday too on your street uh, back last year and stuff like that. So,
Oh wow.
but I do
Interesting.
I can imagine 14-year-old Robbie watching the final chapter and say, "Oh, in 40 years, you're just gonna be chatting about houses and
No, no way.
politics with Trish."
It's amazing.
You know what I
With
mean?
Trish.
Like, there's always kind of these. I still have these weird moments. I was like,
Yeah.
"Can you imagine?" You know, like
No, no, I have those too. You know, you watch some of them and then you're talking, you're like, you have no idea like how much
Yeah.
this means to me.
So weird.
that.
It was nice. You guys had the book from
Mm, the Crystal Lake
2013. Yeah,
Like
Memories
memories.
book.
Yes.
Yeah,
which
2005. Yeah,
which you
Yeah.
had loaded with autographs, which was a very nice touch.
it is nice to
Yeah.
have. Yeah,
I did go down the rabbit hole. I was just gonna get Kimberly's, and then since final chapter folk, some of them were there. I did get those and paid a little more than I was expecting to, but
but
who knows if there's gonna be a 50th.
I don't. But oh, that's why I said the first and the last Friday the 13th convention. Welcome.
Now, Robert,
Well, when we
because
go to
you're
the Hollywood show, we should ask the Burbank Marriott if maybe they have it on the books already.
They're
yes.
like, it's like we have their name, but they're banned.
I,
But
I do want to bring up the Hollywood show because I think there's a lot of notable guests, but I just want to ask Robert this because you're so traversing the world of cons and everything. What have you heard about the Friday the 13th convention in the universe? Was this like, is this universally panned? What have you heard anything? Is there
I
any
don't
kind
think
of
any.
buzz going on?
I didn't really ever heard too much after I got back. I don't know. Did you,
Not a
Brian?
good
Has
sign.
anybody
I went
fans
on
talk about
Reddit
it yet?
and I was like, I was looking for a message board and there
There's
was
nothing.
really nothing. Um,
Did
some
the
people
fit?
posted pictures. One person wrote "great time." I'm like, well, that must have been their first convention. Um, but yeah, there was no like communal bashing going on.
Well, that's good. I mean, I
Not that there would have been that many
but
No, but in
able
the
to
end,
comment on it.
yeah, in the end, I had a good time. You know what I mean? I
You
was
know,
like,
I
yeah,
did too. Like when
you
the
know,
weekend was over, I was like, oh, that was an
yeah.
experience.
it
We had
was
a lot of
goofy fun.
laughs.
Yeah.
Half
And
of
the
it
thing
Yeah,
was
is,
being with you guys too. If I
yeah,
went
yeah,
solo, it would have been
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But
I would 100% do one of these again before I do anything like the Steel City cons or the ridiculously big ones, because I was like,
Mm.
oh yeah,
I have no patience for that. Oh, and Tiffany Paulson came from part 8. She was
Mm.
unable to attend, but she actually
Yeah.
showed up, and so we got free
Oh,
autographs and
nice.
pictures.
oh
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
yeah, so but I think she was kind of like, do people want? She's like, really? You want me to see? It was like, I don't know. I think she's got people kind of shocked, like people want to meet them, like this was
Uh,
their kind of one-off
Oh
thing,
really?
and so
Yeah.
forth. But yeah, and
Jen,
I
Jen,
did go to the Jason Goes to Hell panel, which is
how
actually
was it?
it was probably the largest panel.
wow.
Oh,
Well,
and
Carrie Keegan was very entertaining,
yeah, she
so it
was
must have
fun.
been a.
And she seems, has she been in other things? She just seems like a sitcom actress, like she should be. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
was trying to place
Hmm.
her somewhere. I'm sure she's popped up somewhere.
Yeah. So
When was that panel, Robert?
was that Saturday? It must have been.
How was it?
Um, oh, I saw her on the Final Girl panel. Wait,
Oh,
that was
okay.
Friday night. That was the only time I think. I
Okay.
think
So
Jason Goes
it
to
must
Hell
have
was.
been Sunday, but yeah. So it was a full panel, and they had everybody from guy in stock room, but it was good. It probably was like
Joey's Diner server too.
they were trying to do something, and so and it was one of those where like who's the guy that plays Creighton Duke? There's always
Yeah, he was
somebody
there.
that tries to be the
Mm.
the jokester of the panel. I
Yeah,
won't I
yeah.
won't name names, Miguel Nunez Jr.
Oh, he
But
was
yeah.
awful. He was shameless. I'm talking about
I
Miguel Nunez Jr., great actor, shameless.
uh
Just
how
he's
many
like,
how
look
many
at me, guys. At one point, he was counting his money, and I'm like, come on, dude, have a little shred of class.
how many times has he been to Eddie Murphy's house? Were you in that panel?
No,
Or
I wasn't close
I
enough.
missed the five. I got
oh,
there right
okay.
after
Oh,
the
okay.
five ended. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Saturday.
it came up a couple times of like because we were talking about. Did you know there's a lake in the middle of Beverly Hills? They're talking about Franklin Canyon. He goes,
Yeah,
and then he's like, I go to Eddie Murphy's house all the time, and I never knew there was like, all right, and it came up like again, like, um,
Eddie Murphy's.
yeah, I was like, okay, you're friends with Eddie Murphy,
I go to Eddie Murphy's house all the time.
But I don't know. Was always interested because I was like, I think Tom McLaughlin and Nancy McLaughlin are now divorced, and so I was always kind of watching if she said something that was like, and he kept his sunglasses on. But anyway, but it was good. And there's some people that I've either not met or just set Jetter fans and stuff like that. So and John
Oh
is it
yeah,
John D. LeMay from Friday the 13th the series, and so he was super nice.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wore
you.
the Jason Goes to Hell jacket that he had from his
Mhm.
wardrobe he brought.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
And you had fans meet you, Robert. That I met a few of them. They're there to see the set jetter. And last thing I'll say about it, just what I have it on my mind is when we met Jensen Daggett, she was very about the crowd there. She's like, well, it's just one of those off ones, very laid back and not like I'm never doing this again. And it was kind of refreshing. Like it's good spirits about it. She
Yeah.
wasn't pushing anything. Like I bought the hat, and she's like, you don't have to. Where some other guests were just like, I
Like,
need blood,
you get
and
over here.
just like that left a really good taste in my mouth.
It's
And
Miguel chasing people. You looking for me?
yeah, you looking for me?
No. Like I was like,
It was funny, but it was a
uh,
great time.
Yeah,
Overall,
yeah.
overall,
I'm glad I went. I would have
yeah.
like if I
Mhm.
didn't go, I probably would have seen pictures and been like, shoot, I should have, got, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a
yeah.
few people I had not met before, so I'm in the end, I'm glad I went. So, and who knows if there will be a F-1350. So,
We hope so. Brian, what is your
50
favorite
years of
Friday the 13th
nightmares.
movie? Is it three? Four?
Um, Final Chapter is my favorite.
Okay.
Three is the first one I ever saw,
Oh,
so
me
that
too.
is my second favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, Final Chapter, just Jason at its most brutal. Some great kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trish favorite final girl.
maybe there's one in
So
the trunk.
It's a classic.
yeah, so that one's number one for me. What's one for you?
Three,
Three.
because it was the first one I saw and I kind of grew attached to that, but four's easily number two, and
Mm.
it's a
What
class
about
act.
six? I did
You-
buy the part
I
six
do like
script
six.
because it was the last one on the table.
Wait, you bought the part six what?
Script.
Oh,
Yeah. It
You
was
got
the
the
Jake.
an original script?
Well, I think it's probably copied, but yeah, Jason Risen and he signed it and so forth. But yeah,
Oh,
so
that's pretty cool.
but
oh, nice.
That
but
that
yeah,
is
I do
nice.
need to go over to because he's friends with Kellen, and I know we could probably go see the coffin and grave at his house sometime.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's a trip.
but
Yeah.
yeah, so he was nice. Oh, and I was very excited to meet Carrie Noonan, Paula from Part Six. She was just there's different characters you gravitate to in each one, and so
Yeah,
she was the
Yeah.
one that in Part Six that,
he's cool.
uh, and I made her take the picture. Anyway, so she was probably the one I was kind of most. I think that's what cinched it for me. Like I would never forget because like I don't. Does she do these conventions? I mean, I don't know
I,
if
I
I've
don't
seen her.
I don't know if she does.
Yeah,
I don't really check for the part six people. So I don't
yeah,
really care
but
for
she's the one that was just like I was so excited to meet her. So
it.
that's just like if we were like I was like, oh my God, it's Carrie Noonan. Nobody,
Oh my
and it
God.
is weird to
Carry
think like
on.
she's somebody's professor. Like they're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You see her all the time. I'm so glad that you would pay money to Venmo her to
It was a good experience. I mean, for you guys being there, and it was fun, all things considered.